Lamine Yamal is absolutely incredible. Every football fan who's not been living under a rock knows this by now. Even Real Madrid fans have to admit it. Just yesterday, he scored such a great goal in extra time to give Spain the win over the Netherlands in the Nations League quarterfinals. The cut inside and finish from him was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there's an argument to be made that he's better than Messi. Hear me out. So obviously Lionel Messi is the greatest football player of all time. There's really no one on earth that can rival him. I mean, nobody. But what if I told you that I have some evidence that Barcelona and Spain's young superstar Lamine Yamal could actually be better than Messi? The stats don't lie. There's of course one key detail I need to mention here. We're comparing teenage Yamal to teenage Messi. But I think it's still great to compare the two, and it really shows just how incredible Yamal is. In this video, I'm going to take you through some really interesting stats and overall compare young Messi to current Yamal. So for those that are too young to remember or just haven't looked it up back then, Messi was one of the most hyped teenagers of all time. He won the Golden Boy Award back in 2005. He was an absolute sensation, pretty similar to how Yamal is today. So I think making this comparison is really going to show a lot of people what level Yamal is on. First, let's begin with the stats. But first, let's clear something up. Yamal is 17 right now. And if we were going to just compare 17-year-old Messi to 17-year-old Yamal, it wouldn't even be fair at all and there'd be no point in even making this video. Yamal at 17 has made 108 appearances, scored 23 goals, and provided 31 assists. Messi at age 17 had, 9 appearances, 1 goal, and 0 assists. So yeah, you can see why I'm taking all of Messi's teenage years into account here. If we take all of Messi's teenage years as a pro footballer, so him at 17, 18, and 19 years old, that takes him up to 86 appearances, 30 goals, and 10 assists. So Messi does lead Yamal in terms of goals, but Yamal wipes the floor with Messi when it comes to assists and appearances, and he also leads when it comes to total goal contributions. And remember that that's just Yamal counting ages 16 and 17. If he keeps up the same form, we can expect him to be on double all of these stats or even higher. So when you look at this, I think you can understand why I'm making this point. Lamine Yamal right now in terms of statistics is definitely ahead of Lionel Messi. Will Yamal be able to score 91 goals in a year when he turns 24? I don't know about that, but you never know how far he's going to climb. Now I know what so many of you are probably screaming at the screen right now. Stats aren't everything. And you're right. According to stats, this incredible goal that Messi scored at age 19 is worth the same as this tap-in. So let's compare Yamal and Messi on some of the intangibles, the things that stats can't track. I've got 3 categories here to compare them in. We're going to go with dribbling, their big game performances, and their maturity. First, let's go to dribbling. When it comes to Messi, he was seen as one of the best teenagers of all time, almost entirely due to his incredible dribbling ability. Take that goal I just showed, for example, but there are also millions more examples. However, Messi's incredible dribbling takes nothing away from Yamal's dribbling ability. He's extremely technical and a great dribbler, but he's not taking entire teams on like prime Maradona like Messi was, so Messi definitely wins this one. Now we're going to come to big game performances. For Yamal, I just mentioned his winning goal in the Nations League quarterfinals, but there are many more examples of him showing up in big games already. We have this goal against France in the Euro semi-final that sent them into the final. He also had a great performance in the final itself against England, including an assist for the first goal. He's also shown up and scored in both of the El Clasicos he's played in this season. Now, we still haven't seen the biggest moments in the Champions League and the Copa del Rey this season, but it's safe to say that Yamal is definitely great in big games. As for Messi, while Barcelona did win the Champions League when he was 18, he didn't get the chance to play in any of the knockout games due to injury. He didn't get to feature in the quarterfinals of the 2006 World Cup when Argentina crashed out to Germany. So to sum up, while Yamal was a huge factor in winning his country a major tournament as a teenager, Messi wasn't really given a chance by Argentina. In terms of big games, this definitely goes to Yamal. Now for the tiebreaker, we have maturity. Now I picked one of Messi's biggest strengths in terms of dribbling. I thought it was only fair to pick one of Yamal's biggest strengths as well. What really stands out with Lamine Yamal when you watch him is his maturity and his composure on the ball. Most teenagers are super raw and explosive. They show their talent, but they aren't calm or consistent. Yamal is the total opposite. He's extremely calm. He's like a cross between Pirlo and Neymar, pulling off his attacks with so much poise and grace. He pretty much plays like a 30-year-old veteran already. Maybe this will be a weird Benjamin Button situation. When Yamal's 30 years old, he's going to lose all his composure and sky every shot. Anyway, even though Yamal's super mature on the pitch, let's not take anything away from Messi. He was also extremely composed, but again, just a bit more explosive and raw and a bit more inconsistent. Here's what I'll say about Messi though. You could see with him that he had the potential to be the greatest of all time. With Yamal, while he's amazing, I think he still has to level up his dribbling, his shooting, and his incisiveness a bit if he's to keep up on that trajectory. With Messi, there was clearly something special there that Yamal doesn't quite have yet. That being said, Yamal wins this category. So with those comparisons and the stats from earlier, it's clear to see why many people are putting Yamal ahead of Messi for now. Now, moving forward, he of course has some massive boots to fill. But what do you think? Does Yamal have a chance of keeping up with Messi's trajectory? Am I right with my arguments here, or was teenage Messi just totally better than Yamal? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to Footballers for more videos like this one.